I get psoriasis on my arms, and people often say, well, oh, what's the matter with your arms? They look really sore. Well, actually they're not, unless they get really dried out. No, it doesn't hurt, but what's happening is my skin is overproducing skin. It's turning it over at an alarming rate, and that's because with psoriasis your immune system is a little bewildered as to what's going on, and it tends to sort of surface on your skin. But the underlying cause is your diet, primarily wheat and grains apparently. Try avoiding those for a while, see how you get on. Also give up smoking. But if you go and buy these sort of preparations, and you know, well, there's tea gel, isn't there, shampoo, that is quite effective. Works alright for dandruff as well. But if you get an itchy scalp, tea gel's the stuff, but gosh, it's expensive. What is it, about £8 for a small bottle? And you could get coal tar, basically it's creosote. Right, so you'd obviously have to, you know, dilute it down a bit. But I've come across this stuff. This is pine tar. It smells very similar to coal tar. Stockholm tar liquid. This is a very big container, and it was about £10. So, you know, we're not talking about a huge amount of money here. So if you suffer from eczema or psoriasis, give this stuff a go. The way I suggest you put it on is, it comes with a little brush in the top. It's actually meant for horses' hooves. But if you put it on your skin just very thinly, it goes a long way, and you've got a lot of it. It's going to last you years. And then after you've left it on for about 5 minutes, wipe it all off with a tissue. That will just leave a small residue on the skin. Give it a few days and your psoriasis will disappear. But it's not a long-term solution, as I say. Diet is definitely the one, and that may well be true of eczema as well. So good idea to keep a diary of what you're eating, and see if you can notice whether the psoriasis or the eczema is worse when you're eating certain foods, or whether you've had a couple of weeks where you've dropped a certain type of food. That may be the way to do it, and then perhaps nail it down. But certainly think about wheat, grain, and give up smoking. Smoking will make psoriasis far worse. It's an irritant, you see. But there you go. That would save you an awful lot of money on all the creams and applications you use. And it doesn't smell too bad. Perhaps a little on the masculine side, really. Anyway, hope that helps someone. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.